Today we're going to talk about the Lahti-Saloranta M26. Although Finland relied on the machine gun as a cornerstone of the infantry, the fact of the matter was that not enough were available, they were outdated and usually too heavy for rapid advances. This led Finnish designers to explore new concepts and left the infantry to make do with what was in store. In 1924, a committee was created to choose Finland's next machine gun. Aimo Lahti of future Suomi M31 fame would submit a prototype he had worked on together with Lieutenant Saloranta. The winner of the first round of testing was a BAR variant, but a new trial was put on for weapons chambered in 7.62 by 54R, which was the chosen machine gun caliber for the Finnish Army. A new rechambered Lahti prototype was submitted, which won the new 7.62 trial. Some improvements still had to be done before mass production could begin, and Lahti got to work. The result was the Lahti-Saloranta model of 26. A light machine gun, or more of an automatic rifle. It weighed 9.3 kilos, had a 20-round magazine, folding bipod, a quick change 20-inch barrel, and it was select fire. Production of the M26 started in 1928 in the new VKT factory. The first order was for 200 weapons. The first production run in the new factory had some serious problems, and the first guns were not finished until the first months of 1929, and by March 1929 only 20 had been made. Because of these delays, a committee was sent to inspect and approve the first weapons from the factory. The committee soon found that Saloranta, the technical expert on a project, had made several unauthorized changes to the weapon, changing out the bolt, the extractor, and front sight post. He claimed that the modifications were made to improve reliability. Nevertheless, Saloranta was thrown out and posted elsewhere. Jamming, poor quality springs, and improper heat treatment caused a lot of failures. At least in quality, the first batch of M26s were a complete failure. This would take a long time to sort out, but by 1939, 4,000 M26s had been manufactured for the Finnish Army. The last production run of 500 weapons was finished in the summer of 1942, leaving the Finnish Army with a total of 4,600 finished M26s. Whilst comparable to a ZB26 or a BAR on paper, the M26 had some quirks of its own. The biggest issue was the magazines. The spring pressure made it impossible to load by hand, so two different designs of loading tools were made. One was a bulky, heavy thing that had to be attached to a tree to be operated, and the other one a bit more handy. During the war, the gun gained a poor reputation among Finnish soldiers, who gave it the nickname Accumulated Malfunctions Model 26. Aimo Lahti claimed that the malfunctions were caused by untrained soldiers not cleaning the weapon properly. Surprisingly, there might be some truth to this, since it seems like many M26s were being handed over to troops without the storage grease removed, and proper disassembly of the gun was strictly forbidden. This, combined with the tight tolerances the gun was built to, seemed to be the main source for unreliability. In the beginning, as many as 90 magazines were issued per M26. This seems like an insane amount of ammunition and was quite a burden for the whole squad. Typically, a Finnish light machine gunner and his assistant would carry 10 magazines in 2 different pouches, while other soldiers of their squad carried magazine bags which contained 10 magazines each. If we compare to more recent times, a Finnish infantry squad today can be expected to carry around 600 rounds for a PKM, a third of the M26 loadout. The M26 was also offered for export, with little success. Ultimately, the only export deal the Finns got was an order from China for 30,000 M26-32s in 8mm Mauser. This order could have considerably improved the capacity in the newly established VKT factory, if it would have gone through. But the Japanese succeeded in diplomatically pressuring the Finns to cancel the deal. One batch actually reached China, and in 1937 they were the proud new owners of 1,200 M2632s. An improved version called the M2631, capable of using a new 75-round Pan magazine, was developed at VKT for the Finnish military, but they were not interested in this new version. Even though the Lahti-Saloranta M26 gained a poor reputation during the war, there was never enough other weapons or captured DP-27s to replace it. Hence, the Lahti-Saloranta continued to serve for the entirety of World War II.